bijzondere aflevering van College Tour wordt dit. Goedenavond, goedenavond. Welkom bij een hele bijzondere aflevering van College Tour. Hij is een top-entertainer. Vorig jaar speelde hij nog voor Queen Elizabeth tijdens haar jubileum. Hij vult moeiteloos de O2-stadium in Londen en de Arena in Amsterdam. En zijn hele carrière begon natuurlijk met de boyband Take That. Daarna ging het minder. Hij raakte verslaafd aan drank en drugs. Maar een succesvolle solo-carrière die volgde. En inmiddels zijn er 70 miljoen albums verkocht. En het schijnt dat hij in iets rustiger vaarwater terecht is gekomen na de geboorte van zijn dochter Teddy vorig jaar. We gaan het hem allemaal vragen. Samen met 500 studenten hier in de poptempel van Nederland, Paradiso, interview ik Robbie Williams. Take a seat.
Hello, young people. What a wonderful welcome. Thank you. You made me feel very special. Hello up on the balcony. Hello down in the bear pit. Hello to you.
Hello to you.
Hello to me. Hello to everybody at home.
Thanks for coming out to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's very special to have
I don't
you.
know what this is. I'm looking forward to finding out.
It's an unscripted show, the only one in the Netherlands. And actually, we never had an applause like this, even not for President Peres from Israel, who was on the show just 2 weeks
What's he done, though?
Yeah.
I'm a pop star.
Yeah. Is it the best gig in the world?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy showbiz. More and more as I get older. There used to be an intense spotlight that shone on me from the media for quite a while. And it was a weird place to be. But that light isn't as intense anymore. And now I just get to do things like this.
Right.
And sing at people and turn up on TV and meet famous people and go to different countries and create and have fun.
You say it's not intense, but we had people waiting here in front of Paradiso since 5:30 this morning. We never had that. The paparazzis are outside. People have been calling me for a week to get tickets in this hall. So none of the fame has faded. It's still there.
Yeah, it's just different these days, you know, and I better be good then.
You have changed, so.
I have. I'm about 30 pounds heavier. No, I'm just happier. I'm more content. You know, I've got the wife and the baby, and all is good.
Okay, let's talk about everything. But the opening question is always, what kind of student were you when you were as old as these guys? You didn't go to university. What happened?
I went to the University of Take That. And I majored in showing off. I don't know, how old are you? 22. Oh, I'd sort of been kicked out of the band by then. Are you all in your 20s or all in your teens and stuff? I left school when I was 16 and I had no qualifications. I had nothing higher than a D. I got a D in English. And I am, I suppose, I hope that I'm dyslexic. That is my hope. At best, I am dyslexic. At worst, I'm just stupid.
But why, you, as an excuse for not getting your grades, that's why you hope that you are dyslexic? Or?
Well, I just hope that I fell through the cracks and people didn't spot my genius. The teachers didn't spot my genius.
Did they ever call you after you got to be very famous and tell you sorry for not judging you the way we should have done?
I wrote a poem about it. Do you want me to tell you?
Absolutely.
Tell you my poem? Okay. So, hello, sir, remember me. I'm the man you thought I'd never be. I'm the boy who you reduced to tears. I'm the lad called Thingy for 6 whole years. Yeah, that's right, my name's Bob. The one who landed the pop star's job. The one who you told, Luke, don't touch. It hasn't finished yet. The kid who wouldn't amount to much. Well, I'm here and you're still there with your fake sports car and receding hair, dodgy Farrow trousers that you think are smart, married to the woman that teaches art, married to the life, married to the school. I want to sing and dance, sir. Now who's the fool? Sing and dance, you thought I was balmy. Settle down, Thingy, join the army. And who are you to tell me this? The dream I want, I'll have to miss. Sir is God, he's been given the right to structure lives overnight. Now I know life's true path. Tanks and guns, that'll be a laugh. No, not me, I'm a mega civilian. I won't need my life riding pillion. But thanks for the advice, and I'm sure it'll do for the negative dickheads just like you. As for now, I've a different weapon. Stage and screen is about to beckon. And here I sit in first class. Bollocks, sir, kiss my ass.
Automatically.
I was halfway through that and I was like, God, this is long. I didn't realise how long that actually was.
You still hate him?
No, I don't really.
But did you have a terrible time at school?
I had a great time at school. I was just useless in lessons.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed socialising and I really enjoyed my friends and I really enjoyed the company and I laughed an awful lot.
Can you explain to me why on this chair where you are sitting we had Whoopi Goldberg, dyslexic, Richard Branson, same story. Next week we have Ruby Wax, dyslexic. How is it possible that when
Dalai Lama.
He as well?
No. No, it's really smart.
Yeah.
Genuinely a smart guy.
Yeah. But what is the explanation for the fact that it brings out a lot of creativity, apparently?
I don't know. I suppose that we can, say we, me, Whoopi and the Dalai Lama, can all concentrate on one thing and one thing alone. And that's I'll talk for me, whatever I'm passionate about, I can really concentrate on and do. But everything else around that, I can't. So I'm really passionate about showing off. You know, and I'm really passionate about performing, and I'm really passionate about writing lyrics, and I can concentrate on those things. So, because I've given it all of my concentration, I think that's how I may have succeeded.
Is that the first advice to students? If you want to succeed in anything, give it all the concentration and focus you have in you?
Well, you've got to be passionate about it. You know, you've got to... it's got to be something worth your interest.
It's not about the fame and the money?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. You know, it always was.
That's how it started?
Well, you know, I come from a time when being famous meant that you were good at something. You know, and things have kind of changed.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, reality TV and people being famous for being famous, etc. But I always wanted to be famous, and I wanted the money, and I wanted the girls, and I wanted the lifestyle, and then creativity and artistic stuff came with it, and that's cool too.
Okay. Before we open up the hall for the questions, we have 2 Dutch DJs who wanted to tell you this. Let's have a look.
Buiten de Beatles waren ze toch wel een beetje de eerste echte boyband.
We've said goodbye. The taxi cab is waiting.
Now don't you cry, just one more kiss.
Kiss before I have to go. Hey girl, I know.
Ze hadden gewoon hele goede liedjes, laten we wel wezen. Ik bedoel, in die tijd durfde ik daar niet helemaal eerlijk voor uit te komen. Maar Take That had gewoon hele goede liedjes. Hij ging solo en het begin van zijn solo-carrière was volgens mij niet eens wel heel succesvol. Dat duurde echt 3 of 4 singles. Dat was meen ik de laatste single van dat album en dat was de grote doorbraak.
And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong.
Hij heeft niet voor niets een liedje gemaakt dat heet Let Me Entertain You. Het is een entertainer.
Hell's gone and hell is here, there's nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here, now scream.
En dat bevestigde hij ook nog in clips die wat mij betreft best kunstzinnig zijn, als Rock DJ, de stripper.
I don't wanna rock, DJ, but you're making me feel so nice.
En dan ook nog eens een optreden in de Royal Albert Hall met de Maxima traan aan het einde. Dat hij, ja, dat is, het is geniaal bedacht.
Cirkel is rond.
Ja.
And did it my way.
Hold on a sec.
Okay. Is it good to see it all back, the career? It's only 1 minute, but...
I don't know if good is the word. Bad isn't the word either. It's just, you know, coming to terms with the 17-year-old, everything changes but you guy, and then the my way guy. You know, it's not very comfortable. I've never found it. I was just going to say, I've never found it comfortable seeing myself. And there's a perfect example of why. You know, I'm never comfortable watching me.
You never watch anything back, the concerts or the video clips?
No, no, I do watch the video, you know, I watch the video clip once or twice because I spent a whole day or I spent a whole couple of days recording it, and I might as well make sure to see how it turned out.
Questions. Please stand up and ask your question to Robbie Williams. Okay, first one here.
You've got a lot of tattoos. Which one do you regret the most, and which one do you love? Still love?
Well, if I knew everybody was going to start doing tattoos, I wouldn't have got any. Because everybody's got tattoos now. Have you got any tattoos?
I've got one.
You got one, and what is it?
Yeah, it's over here,
And what does it say?
and it says inevitable.
Inevitable.
Yep. Oh shit.
Why did you get that? Because you were young at the time.
No, it was only a year ago, so...
Should I tell you which tattoo you're going to regret?
Yeah. Tell me.
My newest one is for my baby girl, Teddy, and I really dig that. I'm actually starting to regret them all, in a bizarrely great way. I can't even quantify it or tell you exactly what I mean, but...
You must have got one that you absolutely despise.
No.
That you got when you were drunk or whatever.
No. I've got the swallow... Oh!
See, I knew it.
No, I don't regret it, though. I don't regret it. But I've got a tattoo around my chest that says Chacun a son goût, which is supposed to mean each to their own taste. Incredibly pretentious tattoo. I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm a bit French. I'm fucking not. And I don't know why I did it, but anyway, it's not spelt correctly.
This one is, so I won't regret this
All right,
one.
okay.
So.
But this big one is not spelt correctly, and I like that about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who did it? Was the guy drunk who did it? Or?
No, I got it out of a book. The book had spelt it wrong.
Over here.
What was your greatest moment in life? Being the world famous pop star or becoming a father last year?
My wedding day was pretty spectacular. That was an awesome day. Fellas, don't be scared of it. It's cool. It's fine. You'll be fine. You'll get through it and you'll enjoy it. And fatherhood too. Don't be scared. It's inevitable.
Were you?
Yeah, I was terrified. The wedding day was great. Baby girl's birthday was unbelievable. Baby girl's birth was just, cosmic and, life-changing and life-affirming. But being a pop star pisses all over that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think, obviously, the birth of Teddy was pretty magnificent.
Over there.
I've seen you in the Amsterdam Arena this year, and I was really, really pleased that you played Me and My Monkey. And I've read the lyrics a couple of times, but what is it about?
It's about 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
I was trying to impress a young lady. I was a young man at the time, and we were around a swimming pool in Singapore, and she was saying, "So you can write songs about anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that. Give me 2 things to write about." And she was like, "Monkey and rollerblades," and that's how Me and My Monkey started. Seriously, that's how it started, and it's just, that was the base of the story, and I cannot confirm or deny that I am a character in that song.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael.
Hi, Michael.
I'm a Robbie Williams band fan since 2003. And I'm wondering, how do you customize your band? What is the criteria? And what did you do? Why Neil isn't in your band anymore? Why?
Jesus, super fan. Super fan with the weird question.
It's not only you, it's Neil as well.
Why isn't Neil in the band anymore? That's a really difficult question, you bastard. Neil's a great guitarist. You put me really on the spot there, you bastard.
Why is it so difficult to say goodbye to somebody you've worked with for such a long time? Did something happen? Was there a conflict, or were you just done with each other?
No, it's juicy. I'm never going to ask my manager how I answer that. Huh?
Play ball?
It was the new MD who fired him.
Really?
Paul Beard said he's got to go. And I was like, well, I don't want to. And he said, you must. And I was like, OK, then. And what's the criteria? All I know, not because Neil was anything other than a wonderful person, all I know on this tour that I've just been on, I've had the best time ever, and so has the band, and I've completely changed my outlook on touring, and I'm now addicted to it and can't wait to get back out there. Okay. Thank you, kind of, for your question.
These people know their stuff. They are well informed. Yeah, they did research.
I don't even know the names of the band.
Next one.
Hello. A few years ago, I watched a documentary in which they mentioned that when you were younger, you had considered a career in football. So my question to you is, in what way do you think your life might have been different if you would have pursued that career as a professional football player?
I'd have been completely broke. I wasn't a very good footballer. I was only okay at football. In my dreams, I would have liked to have been a footballer. And in a dream that I have over and over, I am a great footballer that scores a great goal at Wembley. But that's as far as it's got. And I wasn't good enough.
Would you still be the entertainer on the field?
I think I'd have to be. I think that would have to be my role because, I wasn't a great footballer. I'm just okay at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And your career lasts longer as an entertainer than a soccer player?
I hope so. After tonight, I'm not sure.
OK, let's have a look at somebody whose show you were on and who knows you a little bit. This gentleman.
Take that! Yeah!
Dus we kwamen heel relaxed binnen, het was niks aan de hand, ze waren ongelooflijk populair. En wij wilden graag met hun iets zingen, Relight My Fire, en dat was toen de hit. Ik had ook het gevoel, als de jongens tegen mij zouden zeggen, ga je met ons mee naar Engeland als 5e groepslid, dan was ik gelijk meegegaan. toen hij uiteindelijk zijn eerste solo-cd kwam hij bij ons.
And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me.
Daar is volgens mij het begin gekomen van een beetje dat we elkaar wel leuk vonden.
You smell very nice. What's aftershave is that?
My aftershave?
What is it?
It's sperm. Ja, Inge de Bruin die werd uitgekleed met de ogen van Robbie Williams.
Will you go out with me? On a date?
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah!
En ook dat hij mij ging verleiden en alles wilde weten van mijn vriend.
What's his name?
Steven.
Steven?
Stefan.
Stefan?
Ja.
Hello, Stefan. It'd be nice to meet you at some point. You're at home. Look who I've got. Yeah?
Ik kreeg ontzettend benauwd. Ik werd ook heel erg... ik wist niet waar ik naartoe moest. Ik weet wel dat de afloop... geloof ik iedereen in het Amstel Hotel is gegaan. K3 en Inge de Bruin en ik zelf zat gewoon thuis. Een cd. I wish you all the best. I wish you many children. And a lot of nice smells. Take care.
Paul de Leeuw.
Yeah, he's great.
You remember the night in the Amstel Hotel after his show?
No, I cannot confirm or deny that I was there or anything happened.
Okay. More questions. Please stand up and the microphone will come to you. This one here.
Great.
Well, there's one big thing all the friendlies want to know. Are you planning on doing a swing tour again?
I have a plan to do a tour, yes, but there's still a bit of water between me and it. If I was a gambling man, I would say that there's definitely going to be a tour. I would put money on it, but I need to do an official announcement and all that business. And my manager's over there, and whenever somebody asks me about the tour, and I say yes in the dressing room, you know, stop saying that. You need an official announcement. So.
You want to go on tour with this new album, yes.
Yeah.
What is intriguing me is you say, I can't make that decision for myself. You're pointing to your management. I mean, aren't you in charge of if there is going to be a tour or not?
Well, yeah, I am. Yeah, I make all my own decisions, me. I'm not completely in control because it's better that way. Trust me.
Example?
Well, I just, I don't make the best choices an awful lot.
Examples?
No.
Questions? Over there. Daar achter de paal.
Hello, my name is Lynn. Which person is the important person in your career?
Most important person in my career? Me, I think.
But not your management or your family, maybe?
I think the most important people in my career, though, have been my mother and my father. My father is consciously or subconsciously somebody that I've been trying to get their approval of all my life. And I've got it, I do have it. He thinks I'm great, which is great. But he's been my mum's been the guiding force and my father's been the inspiration, because my father won a talent show on TV in 1974, the year that I was born, and it was either Opportunity Knocks or New Faces. I can't remember which one he was on. I was very young at the time. But those two people have been the guiding force.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
When you are saying me, do you mean the only one you can trust in this business is yourself in the end?
No, I place my trust with my management and with my new record company and with my wife and me.
Hiervoor.
Hello. I was wondering if you could set up your own concert equal to your wildest imagination. What would it be like? Maybe your last concert ever. What kind of artist do you want to invite? Where would it be? And do you ever want to realize it? Maybe.
I would like to do a modern day Rat Pack, and It may happen, it may not. But I'd like to do a tour or a show with Michael Bublé and Harry Connick Jr. and maybe Bruno Mars. Maybe do it for charity. All we need now is a disaster. So when the next disaster comes, I'll be like, right, we're on it.
For the people here who haven't seen that, the Red Pack, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. was part of it, Dean Martin. And we have a little clip of Frank Sinatra because every time I listen to your work and I see you and even the album covers, Frank Sinatra immediately comes to mind. Let's have a look.
It's 2:45. No one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story.
He's incredible.
Yeah?
Incredible song.
Because your newest album cover looks a little bit like...
That's who we ripped off, yes.
That's what we saw, yeah.
It really is.
It is, and
yeah.
he did the duets at the end of his career, and you are doing them now. Is your career based on what he has done?
It's ending. Well, you know, he is the template for the album. He's the sort of blueprint, the root of what I'm doing.
What makes him so good?
The voice, the attitude, the charisma, the menace. But I'm a massive Dean Martin fan, just because of his charisma and how effortless he made everything look.
Are you at the same level?
As Dean Martin?
And Sinatra?
No, God no. They're real singers that can do it for real. I'm just imitating. Yeah.
This is not a joke?
No, no. You know, they're the real deal. I'm very lucky to be where I am.
Hi, Robbie. I'm Nadine, and I
I
have a
bet
question.
you are.
Most of the time, when you give concerts, you pick someone for a special moment, like this, or like for a kiss or something. But why do you do that? Is that in the heat of the moment, or?
It's a free relapse on stage. But like, of course, it's not cheating if it's in front of 65,000.
Oh, of course.
Wife.
Of course.
You know, it's a bit of fun, and you know, it's always something unexpected happens, and you can't script being random and picking random people, and it's always, you know, a good talking point after the gig, whether I picked a mental person or she was fit, or you know, she was mental and fit.
Ever made a huge mistake in inviting somebody on stage that you thought?
Not a huge mistake, but I've invited people on that kind of walk with the same hand as... like completely crazy people.
Right.
But that adds to the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
why do you say that?
Yeah.
Just, but are you gonna pick someone tonight, or is it gonna be quiet?
I wasn't.
No, all right.
But I might now. What's your name again?
Nadine.
Sure.
All right.
Next one upstairs.
Has there been a specific period in your life where you had real regrets about being an entertainer?
Whenever I see those clips, I was talking early on in the show about the light that shone on me at one point was weird and bizarre and very difficult to deal with, being followed 24 hours a day, and you kind of felt like prey. And after days and weeks and years of that sort of being followed for 24 hours, I sort of turned a bit crazy, and it turned me into a hermit. And I thought, well, if this is what entertaining does, and if this is what showbiz does, then I don't want any of it. And so I went one day, I'm going to stay in the house. And then I stayed in the house, and I didn't come out for like 3 years. And when I came out, all the paparazzi had gone. I was like, can he come back? Can you come back? I miss you now.
Okay, thank
How
you.
is that possible? You try to get rid of these people and then they're gone, and the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, I want to have it back. The
No,
fame.
no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You
But
have it back.
I did. I was in Los Angeles and I stayed in, and then 3 years later I came out and they'd all gone. So, and that's when showbiz started to be great again. You know, just being able to go to the shops.
Okay, but
not that I do that, but I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, you don't miss the paparazzi, but you miss the rest, the fame and everything that comes
No,
with it.
I've still got that, you know. It's, you know, things are going well. I went on a stadium tour this summer and sold 2 million tickets, and people came and they smiled and enjoyed themselves, and I had the blast. So it's got to a very manageable place now. It's just fun.
You were talking about now being in a great place and it's quiet down a little bit. And actually we saw you after take that in a difficult place. And you said so in your documentary as well. Alcohol,
Manchester.
Alcohol, drugs, that ruined your life at that point. Let's have a look.
I didn't ruin it.
When I left Take That, I was a fully blown alcoholic. I was a fully blown drug addict. I couldn't go into rehearsals without drinking a bottle of vodka. I couldn't leave rehearsals without going and drinking myself stupid each night. And then when I left, stroke, sacked, whatever, however you see it, I didn't know what to do with myself.
I'm an alcoholic and I'm a drug addict, and alcoholics and drug addicts want to drink and want to take drugs even though it kills them or upsets them or makes your and my tour fucking hell to be on. You know, I'd like never to do it again, but we shall see what happens. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's it, basically.
What is the reason? Is it because fame came when you were too young? Because this is happening to many people who are suddenly shuttled into this stratosphere of enormous stardom.
No, I was always on my way to being an addict and living an excessive life. And I just think it sped up, and I got to rehab quicker than I would have because I got money and I could afford drugs. You know, if I didn't have the money, I probably wouldn't have got there as quick, but it would have happened. And, you know, I always like, and still do, I like too much of a good time. It's in me, it's in my bones. So I don't think it's necessarily because I was famous. If I'd have been a carpenter or a mechanic, I still would have ended up in or around rehab and AA and its rooms.
Do you see it happen now to kids who are at the stage in their career that you were then? Justin Bieber comes to mind.
I don't know what Justin Bieber's up to, you know. He's he has a lot of hate thrown his way. And, you know, he's just a young kid who's trying to figure it out, and it, you know, maybe he has figured it out. Maybe it'll take him a while. I don't know if he's doing drugs or drinking or being excessive. I just know that, you know, he's must feel weird receiving that amount of hate.
Next question, over there.
Yeah, here. Hi, Robbie. I'm Feline. I was wondering. If there are any daily life things like grocery or peeing at the corner of the street when you're drunk or something like that, and you can't do because you're famous and you're limited doing and you really miss.
I had a crossroads moment in my life a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sad to say this, and it doesn't make me... I saw a vegetable in the fridge, and I didn't know what it was. And it was a fucking cucumber. That tells you something about what my life has become and exactly how much grocery shopping and cooking I do.
But do you miss it?
I held it up in the kitchen, I went, what is this? And they were like, it's a cucumber. I was like, no. And I cut it down the middle. I was like, it is, isn't it? Wow, that's so embarrassing. What's my life become? But yeah, I can do all matter of normal things in the States where I live, because I'm not famous there. But
You're
I still
not.
don't.
Okay, that's fair enough. Thanks.
You're obviously a ladies' man, and you eventually, you eventually picked a Turkish woman, which is interesting to me because I'm Turkish. Good choice, by the way.
Thank
but what do you like about the Turkish culture, and what don't you like about the Turkish culture?
Don't know much about the Turkish culture, to be honest with you.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
I know Galatasaray and Beşiktaş.
Oh, that's a big of a shame.
And I know
come on.
Kalkan. And I know, I went to Kalkan, which is a seaside resort in Turkey when I was younger. And I was with some gangsters there. And not by choice. But I was summoned to the table, and this guy, he had no thumbs. And he said to me, my sister is getting married on Saturday, and you must come and you must sing. And I was like, I'm not going to say no to this guy, he's got no thumbs. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. And got drunk. And then Saturday came, and I didn't turn up. And somebody came to the hotel and said, you better leave because he's going to kill you. So that's as much as I know about Turkey.
That's not a good impression.
You never traveled there again?
Yeah, not getting back, no.
You should come with me to my family. They're great.
Sure, you could protect me from the gangster with no thumb.
How long ago is this?
I'm nearly 40, and that was when I was 19, 20.
Dangerous country.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry for your country.
Oh,
yeah.
But thank you for your question.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, man.
If you had the opportunity to review your life, would you choose for the second time to be famous?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All the girls, rich money,
cars.
cars.
I just totally and utterly lucked out in this lifetime. And I've got a strong feeling that reincarnation might happen. And I'm terrified for next life because I might not get to have it this good. I'm from Stoke-on-Trent, which is in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows about us there. I had no qualifications. I'm not an intellectual. I'm not smart. I'm not bookish. By the limited means that I possess, I've managed to stretch an elastic band from Stoke-on-Trent to Mars. And it's been one hell of a ride. And look, you know, it's like all these people have come to see me. You've got a question for me. Everybody's got a question for me.
Well, I wish I was you.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too sometimes. But it's a wonderful life, and you know, I intend to live the rest of it really well. You know, and so far so good.
What's so great about it?
All of the above. You know, how well I'm looked after. The fact that I make money from my hobby. You know, the fact that I get to be creative and people pay me. The fact that just the luxury, the travel, the lifestyle, the opportunities, the countries that I've been to, the people that I meet.
And the cucumber part, because...
And the cucumber part, that was a horrible moment for me. I'd become a wanker in that moment. It wasn't a good day.
I heard you say somewhere in an interview that you were afraid when your daughter was coming, that you maybe wouldn't be up to the task because everybody had taken responsibility for your life since you were 16 years old. How does that come about now? Are you a good dad?
Yeah, so far so good. There isn't many good adverts for parenthood. You don't look around and see 3-month-old, 4-month-old, 5-month-old children and parents going, it's a blast. We get to sleep, everything's wonderful. You know, I was terrified of getting married, because there's not many good adverts for marriage either. And I was terrified of having a baby because it looks so stressful. And what you can't imagine is what you get back on both accounts, marriage and being a dad. I will fill up and I can cry at the drop of a hat just thinking about her, because I'm now able to experience the full range of being a human. And it's so cliched, but that song by Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All, makes total sense to me now.
But do you do the diaper thing as well, or is that something else?
Yeah, I love changing the diaper, the nappy. That's something that I make it a habit to say yes to everything. Shall we go to the yes? Will you change the yes? It's time that she went up, so can you take yes? You know, because I've pointed my finger at my mother and father for a long time and held them responsible for an awful lot of things. And what I was most terrified when she arrived was I can't blame anybody anymore, it's down to me, you know. And
what did they miss, your parents? Where did they go wrong in your mind?
It's not something I, you know, publicly want to really talk about. I've got a great mum and I've got a great dad, full stop, but at the same time, you know, real life things happen, and out of their control and out of my control. But the reason I was saying it now is because it's on me to not fuck up. And that's terrifying, considering I didn't even know what a cucumber was.
So how are you going to raise her?
Cucumberless.
Over here.
How does it feel to be adored by 50,000 people at one night and the next day completely being racked down at the newspapers?
It's odd, you know.
But how do you cope with that?
You kind of, with a bit of maturity and a bit of time under my belt, it's easier to cope with it.
Do you read it? Do you read all the stuff that is being written about you or talked about?
I try to stay away from it, but...
you Google yourself?
You know what? Every now and again, yeah. Yeah, I collapse and relapse.
Right.
It's not a place that I should go, but I have a compulsion to go and find out sometimes. But where the press is concerned, I pretty much stay out of reading stuff.
What was the worst experience you ever had with journalists?
There was a kind of, I had a friend who was a journalist, and he came a lot of places with me, and I introduced him to a lot of people, and unbeknown to me, he was then going to write about it all and drop me in the shit. And it got me into trouble with a few famous faces that subsequently judged me because of it and thought I was in on it. And I think that was the most embarrassing time and the worst time with a journalist. But, you know, I think that they used to send ladies to sleep with me to sell their stories. I didn't mind that bit.
Okay. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Over there, on the balcony.
Hello, Mr. Williams.
Hey.
I'm Helen. I
Hi,
love
Helen.
watching in your eyes because you have great eyes.
Thank you.
My question was, how does your image as a sex god affect your family life?
How does my image as a sex god... I don't know how to answer that question, really. I'm kind of not the sex god at home. I'm kind of farty guy. You know, sorry to demystify myself. I don't know, you know. I don't know how to answer that. My wife doesn't see me that way anymore.
Do you still kiss girls after your shows or in your shows?
In my shows?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want
After
to make
my
out
shows,
with me?
No. Is this a show?
Yes. No.
I would love to. I would love to. I might be castrated by my wife. If you saw it.
I understand.
Because she's from Turkey. You have to
Yeah,
be
this gentleman's been stood up
Okay.
so attentively with his poster of my face.
So, hi Robbie.
Hi.
We're just, I make it in Schiphol. Yeah, airplane, yes. I visited your show in Arena, and it was great. But I have much respect for you because you started your show 9 o'clock. You were disappeared 11 o'clock. How? I never saw an artist before.
Who is on time?
Who is on time?
Yes.
I'm very, very punctual. I hate being late. If it says 9 o'clock on the ticket, that's when I'm going to be there. And I think other artists should do that too. I think people that don't are twats. And,
Yes, so it's great.
Yeah. It's really rude, you know, a whole room full of people. You said you were going to be there at that time. You be there at that time.
Yes. And what do you do before you start the show?
What do I do before I start the show? On the last tour, would sit with my daughter while I had my makeup and my hair done. Then we'd play a little bit, and then I'd go and brush my teeth. Oh, it's all mundane, rubbish stuff. It's not even really a good story.
No praying.
No, oh, I pray to Elvis.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get all the band and I say, Elvis, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's what we do every night before going on.
And it works. This last question over here.
Hi, I'm Jill. You just say you're not famous in the US. Do you still want to be? Because you tried years ago.
It's another one of those things. I'm a deeply sensitive person, really, needy and insecure. And in the States, I went, "Look at me," and they went, "No." And I went, "Okay, I'll go home," you know. And that was many, many years ago. And
it's still an ambition to go there.
It never really was, you know. It's like I'm not really big in Spain, you know, and I'm not big in Japan. There are plenty of places I'm not big in. America's just one of them.
All right, then we'll finish off with the question we always have as the last question on this show. What is the best advice you can give to the students here and the people watching at home, based on everything that you have experienced in your life?
I don't know. What's your advice?
Well, the advice we get here often, and it has been said so often that I believe it's absolutely true, is do exactly as you want and make your own decisions, follow your own dreams, and let not other people get you off the road, go where you want to go. There
is that. And I'll go with that, I think.
Okay, now you give me the exciting answer because this is boring, naturally.
Yeah, no, what advice, Jose, would you give to... I will throw it to my management. I don't know. Keep going forward. That's all that I've ever done, is keep going forward. There's been times when I haven't wanted to be on the planet anymore. And I've just got off the sofa and kept going and kept going and kept going. And it came good in the end. And I think that if you keep going forward, you'll win.
Robbie Williams. Let me introduce the next guest, and we're done. 1 minute. Okay. Yep. Volgende week in College Tour deze mevrouw, Ruby Wax. Let op.
That's why I believe you can actually do that without destroying the furniture.
Here we go.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm back here.
What's going to happen?
All right.
Very expensive hotel. Queen's Gate here.
Go.
Didn't do.
When you fake an orgasm.
I never have.
You've never faked an
I
orgasm?
have never. I'm not getting out of the bed until he makes me come.
Really?
That's right.
Can I just say, they're very good breasts. And I need the name of whoever did those because something horrible has happened. You're 34D and so am I, and this is how different they can be.
Ruby Wax, you know her?
Yes, I do. Yeah, she's a great person.
She's on our show next week. Thank you so much for coming here to Amsterdam.
Thank you for
having
me.
That was great.
And thank you for your considered questions. God bless you. Thank you.
Dit was het vanavond voor College Tour. Ontzettend bedankt voor het kijken hier. En jullie bedankt voor je geweldige vragen. Dankjewel.